Hi, everyone. This is Heather with the Old Schoolhouse, and I am here with the director of schoolhouseteachers.com. This is Carolyn VanGorkom, and I'm so excited to hear from her today. She has graduated two homeschoolers already, and she is now putting all her efforts towards helping her husband in his music ministry and helping schoolhouseteachers.com thrive. And she is here to tell us today more about how you can effectively use schoolhouseteachers.com and giving some helpful tips for homeschooling in general. So if you have any questions for her throughout this interview, please leave them in the comment section and we will get to them by the end of the video. Hi, Carolyn. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hi, Heather. It's good to be here.
Well, I would love, you said that you've graduated your two children already from homeschooling. So you're a veteran homeschool mom. You're the type of person that so many people watching want to hear from in this time of their lives, whether they're maybe brand new homeschoolers. So what advice would you have for the brand new homeschooling mom?
Oh, let me tell you, I have a list of stuff that I wish I knew starting out. Like I said, both of my kids are graduated now. They were both dyslexic. So we had lots of times where we had to toss out the old curriculum and start over with something that worked better. Middle of the year, middle of the month, whenever we needed to just say, you know what, this is not bringing us joy. This is not advancing our learning. Let's chuck it and start something new. And I was privileged to work with a veteran homeschooling consultant, and she really helped me keep my perspective through the whole journey from kindergarten through graduation. And the most important thing I learned from her was to embrace the liberty we have as homeschoolers. This applies to any homeschooler, not just special needs, by the way. Number one, we do not have to finish the book. There are several reasons for this. Public school classes don't even finish the textbook by the end of the school year. More than that, as homeschoolers, we can switch it up whenever we need to. And don't let the price tag force you to grind all the way through if something's not working. Your most important investment is in your children, not the curriculum. So get something else that works and bless someone else with what you're no longer using. Number two, keep your focus on the main thing. Especially in the early years, the important skills are reading, writing, and arithmetic. Teaching science and history is useful in reinforcing those skills. But if all you have time for are the 3 R's, feel secure knowing that your student will revisit all of those other subjects in middle and high school. And number 3, count almost everything you do towards your homeschooling hours. Do you need to spend all morning cleaning the house? Make sure to give your student credit for home economics. Want to join other homeschoolers at the park? Instant PE credit. Family devotions can count toward either literature or Bible. Time spent volunteering at church or community projects can count for community service. That looks really good on your homeschool record, by the way. Are you going to a local site of interest? Write it down as a field trip. Our trips to the aquarium, the zoo, Spanish missions, botanical gardens, state parks, and other historical sites all went down in the homeschool record. And especially if you have to switch curriculum, make sure to take some time doing any or all of those activities just to rest and recharge your homeschooling efforts. And number 4, don't try to catch up. And don't try to match your curriculum to what your child just left. Did they finish a semester of world history? Count that for half a year's credit and jump in with whatever history they want to study for the next semester. And you can choose something short or a long class, but only do 18 weeks worth of material to round out the year, or whatever number of weeks you need to finish the year. It can come from the beginning, the middle, the end of another course. You don't have to do everything in order. And I gotta say, schoolhouseteachers.com is perfectly designed for you to embrace that liberty. We have over 400 courses, and with a family membership, it costs you nothing extra to start over with something that's going to work better for you. January is the perfect time of the year to do that.
It really is. I mean, this is what a lot of people call the second semester, right? So,
Right,
people are getting back into the groove, and it's a great time to start a new subject, new course, or a completely new curriculum. It doesn't have to be the fall, just because that's when public school does it. We can absolutely do it now and just refresh your homeschool.
right,
So,
right.
I would love if you could tell us maybe what are some courses that parents could begin implementing in their homeschool right now? Maybe they don't want to completely start over, but maybe just something that they could just begin implementing just to have something new and fresh.
Okay, if I were planning a change this January, here's how I would do it. And I am wanting to show you my screen here because I would take a week to do some unschooling. I would do field trips, family reading times, park days, and more. And I want to show you this particular um, little page we have here. It is part of our literacy center. So if you go to resources, focused learning centers, literacy center, and I'm going to open that in a new tab. The link to it is right down here under Get Started, and it's Literacy Center grade level readers. If you don't have time to go to the library, or if you're flooded in, that's happening in my local area, you can go here and you can find any number of grade level readers. And here are some fun little classic books with comprehension questions. That one is in our literacy center again, but the other one I would look at is Loving Literature Through Chapter Books. This little project is a favorite of mine because a bunch of staff volunteers from our TOS family actually contributed to these, and we have this list of all these books, and you can see some of the Narnia ones are coming in 2023. Don't think I've forgotten them. They're still on my list. So those are another list of just fun books you can get at the library, and then go through the questions and suggested activities to go with it. So second, I would look at the view by subject lists on Schoolhouse Teachers. You find them here under courses. There's view by grade, and there's view by subject. Core has language arts, math, and science, and then social sciences, and then arts and electives and unit studies. That gives you pages that look like this. And you can browse all of the language arts. You can browse the unit studies. You can browse reading. And then here you can browse language arts by grade. But down at the bottom of the page, do you see that looking for a quick link? Click here. That takes you right to the bottom of the page where we have all of these listed by grade level.
I
So
love that.
you don't have to scroll through picture after picture going, nope, 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 nope. Oh, that looks interesting. Instead, you can, if you're a speed reader like me, you can just go down the list.
And these are just all resources. These are full
Those are the
year-long courses.
full courses. Now, they may not be a full year-long course. Some of them are short, some are longer. But they all say up at the top of the course page, like here, they say how long the course is, 75 plus printable units, and elementary and middle school. This one, 24 units, preschool through grade 6. This one, 7 monthly units. So it does say the length of the course. So let's see. The third thing I would do is I would investigate our unit studies page. So this is our math, and again, it's set up the same way. Click here to get to the quick links. And then our unit studies page, you get to it by going to courses, view by subject, and then unit studies right here. And there are unit studies, which are basically just short 2, 3 week, 4 week, 5 week courses in all of the different subject areas. And what I would do is I would see if there's a short unit I could do with my students to try out something new. And I would also look at some of our other courses which incorporate a unit study style of learning, such as everyday easels. You see, it's elementary and middle school. Or I would go to ditch the desk. And the beauty of these is that they allow you to do this with several kids in similar grade levels. So if you have a preschooler and a 5th grader, you could do something from this course and it would be appropriate for both of them. Yeah, so those would be my suggestions for if I were just going to start out, that's how I would find courses and plan them.
That is so perfect. And this is, again, the time of year. And, I'm going to let everyone know right now and also at the end of the interview. But if you go over to schoolhouseteachers.com right now and you use code FreshStart23, you can have access for 9 months for only $90, which is an incredible deal. That's a brand new offer. We've never done that before.
And all you have to do is click the View Plans button. And that will take you to our page where you can sign up. And there it is right at the front. Preschool through 12th, $90.
I love that deal. I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not too expensive. And you have access to everything. You have access to all the courses, pre-K through 12, ultimate annual membership. So that is so wonderful. So you were discussing all these wonderful courses that today somebody gets a membership, they can begin implementing today. I would also love if you could share some examples of courses that could be used across multiple ages. Like I was mentioning to you earlier, I have kids spanning everywhere, 5 through 15. What are some courses that can maybe be used with all of my middles or maybe all of them?
Well, that's actually a great idea, by the way, to teach the whole family together for some subjects. My kids were 5 years apart, so we enjoyed doing history, science, art, and music together. It saved my sanity on time management, too. Our courses by grade level course chart will give you an at-a-glance view of the age ranges of our courses. Let me show you how to get to that. You go to Start Here, Course List. And from the course list, then you look at the course directory. Please notice it comes up course information, and then it starts on the How to Begin page. Go to the course directory. No, the course grade level chart. That's what we want, the grade level chart. And then it said, please view the courses by grade levels chart. So you have to click that. And then you've got to click the actual chart. And we have all of these links because some of these pages are open to non-members. We want them to see what we have, but we don't want all of the interior links to be exposed to whatever hacker decides to come online. So these are just available to members. And you can see the grade level chart has family through 12th. And these ones with these big streaks across the page, those are, you're able to do across the age ranges. So you just look for one that has a long span, pick it, and do it with your family. Let me show you some examples. We talked about everyday easels. We already talked about ditch the desk. But this one is kindergarten through grade 12 could do everyday explorers. We have Australia and New Zealand. We have Canada. We have the United States. We do have Canada, don't we? I suddenly had a brain freeze. Yes, Canada. So it would be on our all courses page in the geography section to find it. We also have music theory that spans from kindergarten through 12th. And you can do this all the way through as a young elementary student and then come back to it in middle and high school and get even more out of it because it has different assignments for the 2 grade levels.
Mm.
There's Whole Foods Cooking. That's a family class. And the other one we have that is across the grade spectrum is Everyday Astronomy.
My kids would love that. I'm going to have to look more into that one.
And that one also has the assignments segregated out by grade level. So let me close those links. And
these, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say there are more on that grade level chart that are listed for all the grades. Those are just some examples.
That is so wonderful. I love that. I know there was one that I did with multiple children. I think it was called The Life of Abraham Lincoln. And that one was written so well because it had, it was perfect for, multiple ages. It wasn't just geared towards one age group. My kids absolutely loved that one.
I think I just found it. If you go to our all courses list and type Control F, it comes up with a box here. F stands for find, and you can type in the box and it will actually highlight the word on the page and jump right to it.
And there are so many courses, but if there is just something simple that you're looking for, wow, it's so easy just to type that in.
And there's The Life of Abraham Lincoln in its second through 9th grades.
Yeah, they loved it. We had a great time with that one.
That's awesome.
So I was wondering, would you mind sharing which types of electives are available for homeschoolers? Or high schoolers, I'm sorry, for the older ones. I want to talk about the older ones, the high schoolers.
Okay, so if you go to resources, member resources. Oh, that's the page we're on, all courses. This is my favorite page, and you get to it from courses, view all courses. And the reason it's my favorite is because it has all of the courses listed, not the unit studies, but the courses. And you can just type in what you're looking for here in the box, and it will jump to the page, but they're all listed by category. These are, you have to go to each individual lesson from this page to see what age range they're on, but the courses by grade level list would actually show you which courses are available for just high school. Some of the ones that I would try, because you've got to look at the list for art, Bible, computer, drama, music, and many others, including the electives list right here. So don't just look at electives, look at all of the other courses we have in these other categories. And I would pick ones like apologetics, creation versus evolution. That one looked like fun. Internet entrepreneurship for teens. If your kid wants to start making soap and selling it, this is a good course for them. Accounting 101. That would be good once they start getting some revenue in to know how to record it. Introduction to graphic design for your more artistic students who want to start going into a skill level course that would give them, marketable skills. And then, of course, we have psychology for your students who want to get a jump on what they have to do for our high school requirements. Not high school, college requirements. And this one is, I've seen some of the coursework on this one is fabulous. And it's from a Christian perspective, which you're not going to be able to get from your local junior college.
That's really good. That's important.
So
I love that. I love these offerings. I love that these electives are the same ones that you would see in other situations, a private school, public school, but like you said, from a Christian perspective. Right. Of course, the apologetics, there's multiple, I believe, apologetic ones you can choose from. So it's just such a unique offering that schoolhouseteachers.com has, just the Christian worldview and especially for the teenage years when it just can be so challenging.
I will
Um,
I will say there's one high school elective that in Bible that I highly recommend for any of your students who are going on to community college or public university. It's called Unbreakable Faith, Assurance in a World of Unbelief. And Dr. Beal is a fabulous Bible teacher.
that is awesome. So they're not just thrown out there like sheep among
Right.
wolves, but they are
Right.
prepared and they have, that good foundation. I love that. That is awesome.
Probably the
Um,
most important thing we can give them as parents.
It's true. It's true. And it goes back to what you were saying in the beginning, how everything is homeschooling. Sometimes parents get stressed out that they don't get through all the books. But then when you look back at the day, we taught them values. We spoke the Bible into their lives, and that is what's going to ground them. And we might not think of that as homeschooling, but that is
Right?
exactly what they need.
Right.
So I appreciate you highlighting these and bringing these up because, there are so many courses to choose from, and these are definitely really good highlights. So not only do you offer courses, but you have specific activities for your members. Would you mind talking about some of those?
Oh, absolutely. Let me introduce you to your member dashboard. Do you see this big red button under the purple bar there? That takes you to this page. Now, it looks like it's just one page, but what you have to notice is right here in the middle, there's a menu bar. If you want your account information about when you're going to renew, you click account information. If you want to see what you've paid, go over and click invoices. Member premiums. Oh, I've got to show you these. We made some copy work for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And they're just going to hang out here in the member premiums thing. There's the get a fresh start. That's another member premium that we loaded with this new sale. We have a learning styles assessment. And we're just going to keep, every time we have a promotional that we give to new members, we're going to keep putting it in here for you as an existing member so you can get the same information as they do. It's not just for new members, it's for you too. But I want to actually highlight the activity calendar and events because you'll see that we have a Hey Mama Bright Spot chat and members lounge. We've got Storytime Show and Tell, and we do seasonal events. And this is where you'll get a link to actually register. And I think our next ones that we have coming up after this particular video airs would be on the 17th, the Hey Mama Bright Spot. And then we also have the 2023 Talent Showcase. This is exciting because if you have creative kids like mine, they want a place to actually, experience and practice their skills in a public setting. My son liked to go to summer camp and take his ukulele so that he could play in front of an audience that he was never going to see again. It gave him confidence to finally play in front of an audience that he sees every week at our church. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, the talent showcase runs from now up through the February 10th, and then we're going to be recognizing the students on our platform on March 3rd. So make sure to plan your talent, record it, and submit your entry soon. And I want to go back to, where was I before? Hello. There we go. This particular screen that comes up when you first come to the member dashboard, do you see this planner here? I know people who spend $30, $40 for a really cool planner like this.
It's true.
And being a member, you get this for free.
It's beautiful.
In fact, I just replaced my expensive desk calendar by printing off the calendar pages for this and taping them together in the middle. And it's the same size as my 11 by 17 desk calendar. And
Yeah.
so
I have
I just
physical hard
taped,
copy too. I
yeah,
printed mine out too.
yeah, I just taped it to the cardboard that my desk calendar came with, and it's like,
Oh, because it
okay,
was the same size. That's
perfect.
perfect.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
exactly. So
Smart.
there's really no limit how you can use those, and that is a fabulous bonus just for being a member.
And if you don't like printing things out like we do, it's called the Smart Mama because you can use it digitally and you can check things
Yes.
off digitally. There's spawning of pages if you have multiple kids. There's so much. It's incredible.
Yes. There's no limit to how you can use that thing.
Yeah, I love all these offerings. I mean, sometimes, we get so focused on the courses for our kids, we forget, hey, there's things that for mama too.
Right.
um, I do have one last question. Um, as we're talking about everything that schoolhouseteachers.com has to offer. Is there a way, or can you discuss how a parent can adopt or adapt schoolhouseteachers.com to the unique needs of their own children?
Absolutely. We have talked a lot about the liberty we have as homeschoolers. That also includes the liberty to tailor any curriculum. It doesn't matter how it's printed to be done in the lesson plan or in the course materials. If I know that my student needs it to be done a certain way, I can totally change that up and do it how is best for my kids. So, first off, if the instructions or the lesson plan or curriculum guide has too much work in it, you have the freedom to close the books for the day whenever your timer goes off. When my kids were younger, we set a timer for 20 or 30 minutes for, for example, reading. When the timer went off, we moved on. When they were older, they had to spend 45 minutes to an hour for each subject to get a full credit, which, if you think about it, is more than most public school students spend in class actually learning and not just taking roll or goofing off. And the next day, we would just pick up where we left off. Every student is different, and what one student might do in a class period would take another student 3 days. If the pacing doesn't work for your student, adapt. Second, you have the freedom to adapt the instructions. My son had dysgraphia. Every time the instruction said for him to do an essay, he would look at that pencil and go, no. And I would have him do it in one of 3 ways. He would do it orally with me, he would type it on a computer, or he would use the text-to-speech option on his smartphone and then email it to me. Meanwhile, my dyslexic daughter would have her web browser app read the PDF files to her in high school. When she was little, we did a lot of cut and paste, and I want to show you a picture of that. See, we did some creative cut and paste for Sleeping Beauty, and it didn't matter that it wasn't completely, perfect. It was something that we did while we were talking about the story. And
Sweet.
so I lost my place where I was little. So we did a lot of cut and paste and coloring in place of long written answers. And of course, hands-on science. That was a big hit in my house. Field trips and music. Okay, here's field trips and there's music. Those were a big part of our homeschool journey. And this was taken just last year because my kids are the rest of our worship band. So you don't have to buy a Science Busy box, by the way, because Schoolhouse Teachers has all kinds of stuff for kids. We have crafts, we have art. But look at this one, Science Experiments with Jason Lindsay. And there are some really cool experiments you could do with household items, or you can just watch the video and watch him do it.
His videos are great. Yeah, my kids love those.
Yep. So third, it doesn't take rocket science to record a full schoolhouse or full homeschool day. You can use any of our free printable calendars or planner pages, or you can make your own. So here's one I made in Excel when my kids were younger. I would just save a new page every week. I would just change the file name and put a new date in it. And I would just check off what we did. Now, I will say when my daughter was in high school, she even kept track of her work on a blank calendar page. She would just write in what she did with an abbreviation and say how much time she spent, and I would give her full credit. And of course, as a member, you have access to this really cool record-keeping software. You have the free silver membership, and you can always upgrade if you wish. But this is found under the planning tab. So if you go up here to the blue thing, planning, let's see, where do you have to go? It's record keeping. And then other printable resources are available down here where you can print out the custom schedule builder, ready-made calendars, info charts. You can even get to the schoolhouse planners there. So I think the most important thing, for whether you're a veteran homeschooler or you're just starting out or you're jumping in mid-year to change things, is to remember that you, the parent, are the teacher. You know your student better than anyone. You have the liberty to adapt, change, and tailor whatever curriculum you use to meet their needs. I used an eclectic mix of things for my kids because I knew they needed more hands-on stuff. My son especially was a kinetic learner, so he would be doing spelling list while jumping on a pogo stick.
I love it.
And, you know, it's just you, the parent, are the teacher. And we at Schoolhouse Teachers are here to support your journey.
Oh, I love that. And that's so wonderful. You know, schoolhouseteachers.com isn't trying to come in and be the teacher, but it's providing resources so you, the parent, can do what you need for your child. And as you have so beautifully shown us today, there are so many options, so many ways to go about using schoolhouseteachers.com membership to do just that and to effectively homeschool your entire family. So I am excited to just remind everybody that the Fresh Start sale is going on through the end of the month, and you can purchase 9 months for only $90 using code FreshStart23. And as Carolyn showed us, you just go to the Join Now page and you will see that right at the top, and you can enter in the code and you will have access immediately for everything that you want. And there's always help. Customer service, a wonderful customer service team. They can answer any questions, and we are just so excited to have this offering for those of you just wanting to start something new, something fresh right now in January. Thank you so much, Carolyn, for your time. Thank you for sharing everything and your heart, and thank you for everything that you do for the homeschool community.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm glad to be here. And I saw somebody wrote online, they counted up how many hours that you redeem by homeschooling your kids. And you have so many thousands more hours with your kids to teach them the Word of God, to teach them how to be wonderful humans. And, you know, those life lessons that happen when you are homeschooling are way more important than the subject matter you're teaching.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you for everything. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and for watching. If you have any questions, Carolyn, do you have an email address they can reach out to you if they have any questions for you?
Yeah, just my name at theoldschoolhouse.com.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, and have a good evening.
Bye.